Hello and welcome to the Completely Pointless Podcast, where we bullshit about whatever it is we feel like today. I'm Nick, joined by my cohorts of pointlessness. Say your names.
Who's going?
I'm
I
Jeremy.
always go last.
What?
And
I
I'm
thought you
Brandon.
always go first.
No, I always go
Brandon,
last.
Brandon always goes after me.
This just goes
Yeah.
to show how little I pay attention to you guys during these.
Fair enough.
Dude. But yeah, welcome to the podcast. I don't know if you guys want me to start off with one of my topics, but unless you guys have anything else, you might want to start off with.
Why does cheese smell like feet?
Well, because
Only
it's fun.
specific
It's like,
cheese smells like feet, Jeremy. Get it
Well, cheese-
fucking right.
Doesn't cheese stink because it's basically just like curdled milk?
Well, yeah,
I mean, that's like,
it's curdled and separated milk, but
dude, fucking blue cheese is gross.
yeah, fuck blue cheese.
Like if you get blue cheese
Do
with
not
wings, I don't understand, dude. That shit's fucking
Yeah.
gross.
Well, but like blue cheese dip, I feel like is because some places have like a dip with it that's totally different than just blue cheese itself.
Well, yeah, most like wing places, it's a blue cheese dressing. It's not just the fucking blue cheese
Well, then,
because
let me
blue cheese is all
specify-
crumbly and shit.
I was gonna say, let me specify then. Blue cheese dressing sucks. I don't know if I've ever actually had just regular blue cheese.
See, I knew people that
It's
would just eat
not
that shit out of the tub,
great.
and I'm like,
Dude, Noah will do that. Noah will fucking do that shit, and I don't know how.
But you give me like a block of just like some Colby Jack cheese,
Oh, bruh.
brother.
Oh, dude, Colby Jack slaps.
I will
actually.
destroy
Colby
that.
Jack.
All right,
Any of them Jack cheeses. Jack
Dude,
apparently
yeah.
just makes real good cheese.
they make some.
Colby
they mix, like,
Jack,
some
Pepper
peppers in with it.
Jack.
Ooh, so good.
I saw the other day at the store. I was looking at cheese. I was like, "What cheese do I want to get for these burgers?" Motherfuckers have Colby Pepper Jack now.
What? Dude,
Yeah.
fuck me up, dude.
Oh,
Pepper
it
Jack's
is-
my favorite, and Colby Jack is my second favorite.
It's fucking amazing.
All right, I'm gonna have to get me some if I can find it. That
Oh, yeah.
sounds dank.
Oh yeah, it is. I
Anyways,
got that shit, and I was like,
So-
I've accomplished my task of throwing y'all off topic in the first 2 minutes. So I've
No,
not
it wasn't
done
even
good.
2 minutes in. That wasn't even 2 minutes in. That was like 2 seconds in.
it's like, directly after intro.
Mhm.
Hey, it worked out good though, dude. Good icebreaker. I fucking love that shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, have y'all played the Aperture Desk Job game?
Oh, is that the new
No.
VR one?
No, that's new. That's the new game Valve made for their Steam Deck. You can play it.
Really?
You can play it with just a regular controller though, and it's like takes like 30 minutes to play. But like while I was playing it, I was sitting there like, dude, this is so good. Even though it's so short, it was so fucking good and so like full of character. I'm like, dude, Valve needs to be making games again.
Yeah, they do. Every
Oh, for fucking sure.
I think everybody wants more Valve games, but and I know they're like trying to focus more on like hardware and software
yeah,
for video game development and just like consoles and shit kind of to expand on their already like umbrella like thing they have
Yeah.
on PC.
Mm-hmm.
But like, dude, so many people want more Valve games. I think the last actual real game they made was what, Portal 2 or Left 4 Dead 2?
Alex. Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Alex was like a
Half-Life.
VR. It was
Yeah,
like
but
a
it
VR
was-
game.
It was amazing.
It was
Yeah,
really
it's
good,
like,
but I want like just a regular PC game.
Yeah, not a VR game, just a
Not
regular.
not a spend fucking $300 to $1,000 to play this game in its best form kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know if Valve themselves will ever get like hard back into gaming. I feel like they might pull the Microsoft move and just buy up some
Studios.
some studios to make games for them.
They make such good fucking games. It
They
doesn't
do.
make any sense. It confuses the piss out of me. And they
Yeah.
basically have like an unlimited budget because of the like money they rake in from Steam, their VR shit, and now the Steam Deck, which I've seen has been selling like crazy.
Because it's
I was
actually
thinking-
apparently really good.
I'm not gonna buy one, but that's because I don't like mobile gaming. Like phone games
See-
suck. Like the Switch is cool because you can dock it.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna buy a Steam Deck, I'm just gonna play on my PC. I'm not gonna like carry around this little mobile console. It
Well,
just,
yeah, but what
like,
if you're going on a trip and you want to fucking have your game there to fuck off to?
I'll just bring my Switch.
Yeah, but there's
fair
some.
enough.
See, that was the reason I want one is because sometimes I do out of town travel work where we're in a hotel for 4 days, and I like Switch games, but most Switch games I get bored of very quickly. Whereas if I could take my Steam Deck and play RimWorld for 30 hours every night, I would be having the best time of my life.
Well, also I have a gaming laptop, so it's a little different for me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so you can bring yours along. Me and
Yeah, I
Jeremy
can
both
just-
have towers,
Yeah.
so we
I-
can't.
I mean,
I can't just pack up my fucking setup in fucking 2 minutes.
I mean, if you got good at it, you could.
I
It's
want to
heavy
see
as
you.
fuck.
I want to see you lug around a fucking Odyssey G9 monitor.
Yeah, dude, just strap that hoe to your back.
Current monitor. I just have a turtle shell all the time.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
just
You're like a-
whatever happened to those like little carry cases that had like the consoles built into them, so you would like open it up and it has a
Oh.
screen and has the
I
console on it,
always wanted one of those for like road trips.
right? They look so cool, even though I think you need
Yeah.
a outlet for them.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be in a hotel, like
Yeah,
that's,
that's true.
I don't know. Like if I'm going on a trip because I don't travel for work at all. Like I go to my work is very much the same place every day. And so if I'm traveling, it's usually for vacation, and I don't want to take any like gaming consoles or anything with me because it's all about the experience, you know. Like I
Yeah.
want to get away from technology in that instance. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
usually will just leave all that shit at home. But that's me personally. I see where there's a market for it, but oh, by the way, this is episode 9. I forgot to put that in the
Ah.
intro.
God, how
There
dare
we
you?
go.
We have to
Yeah,
start
this
over
is
now.
episode 9.
I'm so proud of you for including that.
God, we have to start over. How am I going to work the cheese thing in now? Like, God.
I will not be able to get that heated about cheese again. How dare you, Nicholas?
That's a one-take
I will-
thing, all right?
To pretend to be heated about cheese? The fuck is that?
Oh man, but
no,
no,
but
like
back on topic.
like I always think handheld was is a really good idea, and they have to be selling a bunch of them, right? Because they keep making handheld devices, and again, just kind of like Nick was saying, I've never really had a reason to get one, even a Switch,
and
but I still
also-
did.
I think the market for them is like kids and people who are like more casual gamers. Or if you're just that hardcore and you have to have a console, like some kind of video game console with you all the time. I think it's marketed towards that crowd.
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, like the only time I'm 24 years old, like I work a full-time job and also have like I'm a car guy and I'm about to buy a motorcycle. So I have so many other hobbies that I do, and I hang out with friends outside of work a lot. So it's like I don't normally have time to play video games unless it's like a specific scenario like recently where I've been trying to save up for the motorcycle. You know, like I've been just coming home and budgeting. So I play video games because it's cheap
Yeah.
and fun. But
Yeah.
I guess for most normal people, like yeah, it's probably a perfectly good thing a reasonable thing to buy.
Yeah, see, I know a lot of people that are older, like in their like 30s and 40s that got Switches just because of the like simplicity of it and the ability to take it wherever they wanted to. Like I knew this one guy who bought a Switch and the only time he ever played it was while he was shitting.
I mean, hey. It's a good way to pass the shit time.
I mean,
I bought this for a purpose, and I'm going to use it for that purpose.
it just turns your shits into hour-long ordeals, but hey,
I mean, yeah.
Every single one is one of them leg numbing shits.
God, where you stand up and almost collapse.
Yes.
Speaking
So-
of work, like, do you guys ever like have workplace toxicity? Like people who are just fucking shitty for all the
my-
time for no reason?
Dude,
Absolutely.
Because I've been running into that lately.
this whole past week, man.
Like, dude, same. Our overnights crew. I'm not gonna name any names just in
Mhm.
case somebody who I know works that I work with or somebody's just we've been having.
Give me their names and their
this-
socials.
And it's not like anybody's doing anything wrong, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely doing their job, but we've started to, because you're supposed to report things you find that weren't done properly, and like, things you think have been messed up by by another individual from another shift or something that was missed. It's just like, making sure management's aware that this got messed up so that they can address the person who messed it up so they can hopefully it won't happen again. Because we try to, negate as many mistakes as we can, which I'm totally fine with. If you want to send emails about me fucking something up, I'll totally own that shit, right?
Yeah.
But lately it's been kind of this thing where our overnight shift has been just sending like our overnight shift is the main people who will just send emails over shit. Because I mean, before like this month or like maybe even 2 months ago, if you ran across anything, you would just fix it and move on. There's not sending the email takes time and the thought to send it. But our overnight shift has been sending more and more emails about people over like more and more petty stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like we have these mobile crash carts that you can plug into servers and has a screen and a keyboard. You're not supposed to leave those plugged in, but they'll send an email if they come in and one was left plugged in. And me personally, I don't send emails over that. I can just unplug the fucking thing. And I guess I should because it's like technically a security risk. But I mean, this dude, the fucking security at that site is so ridiculous. Like I have to go through multiple fingerprint scanners and multiple badge readers, and we have server rooms in data halls inside of the building. Like you have to go through like multiple doors, and there are several man traps. Like it's it's one of those things. It's not, and who's gonna walk up to a random server and start fucking with it? Like you won't do that.
Yeah.
And the people we have in there in our server rooms are like 90% of the time just us. Like the facilities guys will go in there sometimes for random shit, but they aren't going to know anything about our servers because all of that's on our proprietary system that you have to log into with your own information as well as be on a VPN. I'm sitting here like, a crash cart being plugged into a server isn't a big deal, basically, in my opinion. But they've been sending emails about it, and people have been getting in trouble for it a lot more. So we've started sending emails about stuff we've been finding. And dude, they have been grumpers about it, dude. Fucking not happy about that shit. And just my tangent over with. That's the kind of toxicity I've been dealing with lately. I think is just like the whole thing of, well, you ratted me out, so now I'm gonna rat you out, and I think it's just childish.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I've had a bunch of. We have 2 guys on our team that do not get along at all, but they both like me. Not really. I think just clashing personalities for the most part. Because even one of them, he's an asshole. Everyone says he's an asshole. He admits he's an asshole.
Well, I'm an asshole.
I was warned on my first day on the job, hey, you're going to be working with this guy, like, next week. Just ignore everything he says because he will piss you off and make you quit. And I was like, fun. But me and him get along fairly well, just because I'm a very passive person and I will agree to anything. But him and the other guy don't. But since they both like me, they both complain to me about the other one.
Dude, I feel that so fucking much because I'm kind of the same way. Like I try to get along with everybody, so a lot of times I will be that like kind of just okay, whatever. Like I'll go along with whatever they're talking about,
right?
or
just
because
shut up.
They say you're ignorant for arguing with someone who is ignorant, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like but I feel that totally. Like being in the middle of 2 people who just fucking do not like each other, but they both like you. And they'll bitch about each other.
Yeah. And
I fucking hate that.
It makes my day worse all around. I'm like, come on, guys. Like there was what was the problem? There was a switch box that got buried up in an attic that nobody made up, right? So it's something that we should have had done before they sheetrocked the ceilings. So somebody had to climb up into the attic, climb all the way across through like this just mess of an attic to get to this switch box to make it up. And, the guy in charge was just blaming everyone else for it, even though, he's in charge of the site. And he's the kind of guy...
dude.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that gets off on telling other people to do something that they don't want to do. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see it in his eyes. He gets happy when he's about to go tell an apprentice that they have to go climb into a hole and pull a 200-foot run of 3-aught. And you can just see it brings him joy. And it pisses me off because then he yells at, all the apprentices, and then all the apprentices get upset, and so then they're all just bitching to me, and I'm like, man, just go fucking pull the wire. Like,
Right?
Well, for
Just
me,
it's
that's
your
one of those
fucking
things.
job. Just fucking deal with it.
Yeah, dude, like we get a lot of that at my job where it's like you don't like a lot of people don't want to do like the tedious like lower tier shit because I mean most of us at our site now are tier threes because they haven't hired actual regular like employees. They've been all contractors lately because we have a
Mhm.
contract with this other company which I won't state because I think I've already stated who I work for on this fucking podcast, which I think was a mistake. Um, but we've been getting just contractors lately, and none of the tier threes that I work with want to do like any of the regular like tedious shit. And I'm over here like, dude, I get paid by the hour. You give me some fucking low tier, like I'll do rack prep all fucking day for how much I get paid. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck.
right.
Yeah.
It's like
It's just so
so-
funny the shit people complain about. Go ahead,
Oh
Brandon.
yeah. Well, my whole experience with it's not like toxicity towards me. It's just like general because like there's one specific person that works with us that if we're getting chewed out by the boss man about something, they will purposely bring up something completely off of the topic of what we're like already getting chewed out about. So the boss man's already in a bad mood chewing us out. And they'll just like out of the blue bring something completely that shouldn't have ever been mentioned, that didn't need to be mentioned. They'll just bring that up, and then we get chewed out about that. Because
Why?
now, I don't know.
What the fuck? Why would you do that?
I
Why
don't-
would you? Why would you like call it rat yourself out like that?
But it's not even ratting themselves out. It's ratting the other guys out. Me and the other guys
so
on the
fucking
team.
Annoying.
Yeah, and it's pointless. It gets them nowhere. It gets us nowhere except chewed out more. I don't understand the thought process that goes into it of, oh, well, they're getting chewed out for this. I'm going to bring it up so that they get chewed out for something else.
That's so
Unless you get
fucking annoying.
Unless you just get your rocks off to hearing other people get chewed out.
I mean, I could see it be. I not that I do this, and I also think it's stupid, but I could see someone going like, "Oh, we're already in trouble." I mean, might as well just tell them about this other thing then. We're already there, Like,
Well, I mean, yeah, but if it's something that's a non-issue that the boss man shouldn't have to worry about, it should just be handled by me or by my other guy that's a supervisor in the same position I am in. If it should just be handled by us, why the fuck mention it to him?
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
Because a lot of times
why-
the actual big boss doesn't need to worry about that shit. So if you're just gonna bring it up and like while he's already irritated about something, of course he's gonna like go on and like go off about it.
Yeah, and so there's no reason to bring it up other than you want to see the other guys get thrown under the bus.
See, that's what I feel like is going on with our overnights crew. They just want to see us get in trouble because they're like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into specifics because I totally could, but yeah, it basically seems like they want to like people want to see other people get in trouble for shit, which seems so weird to me. It's like because why would you want to like create that environment? Because then of course like the reason I send emails now is because I get everybody else is. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well I'm going to too if everybody else is going to because otherwise it'll just be like me getting in trouble for petty little shit whenever I'm finding actual problems.
And I mean, I guess, like, deep down, you could look at it as, like, they're doing it so that they'll get brownie points or something, or that will help them move ahead. But that's not how our job works. That's not how our company is structured.
Right.
So there's no reason to do it.
That's an actual thing, though. That's like how one of the people I used to work with got promoted so quickly. They were just like a big brown noser and fucking would rat people out all the time, and that got them moved up super quick. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
So that's how this works. You just got to be a fucking asshole and not care about anybody.
Yeah, but see, then I always maybe it's just me, but like I said, even when something just shitty is going on at work, for the most part doesn't bother me. Just because I'm like, who the fuck cares? I'm here to get paid, and then I go home. And
Yeah.
if I was running these kind of teams, the guys that are just constantly complaining and constantly making up excuses and blaming other people are the guys that I would be like, get the fuck out of here.
That is exactly my point.
The fucking
That is
excuses piss me
100%
off.
my point.
Like, so bad. I'm like, dude, just own your mistake. Like, I'll send an email about something and they'll reply and be like, oh, well, this and this was happening and I couldn't do it because of this. It's like, anytime I get an email sent about me, I'm like, understood, won't happen again. Or I'll try my best to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
But I email about myself more than anybody. Like, I self-report more than I send emails about anybody else. In the most recent email I sent about the overnight shift, I self-reported. I replied to that same email because I fucked something up on the thing I called them out on, and I told on myself. I was like, I fucked this up. My bad. I'll try them out. This was my mistake.
Right.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing with it is like the big boss man, the owner, only needs to know about issues he needs to know about. So
I mean, there's a lot
you're-
of shit that can be handled, I think, just by having peer-to-peer discussions. Like a lot of the shit we get emails sent about us, they could have just been like, "Hey, dude, we noticed this. Could you try not to let that happen again?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem. That's my bad."
Yeah,
But
and
sadly,
especially the position I'm in because I'm a superintendent. Like, I'm there to make sure the job site runs smooth. And so if there's an issue on my job site, I should be the first one to know about it. And then if it's important enough, I'll bring it up to the boss man.
which is how I feel like
My lessers don't need to bring it up to him. They need to bring it up to me, and I'll talk it out with the guy, the problem person, or the issue I'll fix. But the owner should be the last one to have to deal with something like that.
I agree, and I mean that's why you have a chain of command, right? Like,
Yeah,
you tell the guy above you, who then will determine whether or not he needs to tell the guy above him. Like, I report a lot of the shit I'm about to, like, anytime I'm gonna send an email, I always ask my shift lead. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna send an email about this. This is what I've typed up. Is that okay? He's like, yeah, sounds fine to me. I mean, that's reasonable. I was like, okay, cool.
Man, so back when I worked for IT, I used to send all sorts of emails. I didn't at first. I was like, yeah, whatever. But like you're saying, everyone else started sending them, blaming stuff on me in my department, which didn't even do anything like related to the emails. So then, one of my favorite things to do was write emails, but in like business speech, so that it's an insult but not an insult. It's so funny. I love doing it.
If you're having to send emails, always use spectacular vocabulary.
Oh yeah,
because it makes you look better. It makes the person who's tattling on you look worse.
Like, you just seem more intelligent.
They probably sent an email of, but they did this, and you send back like,
as per SOP, this procedure is not founded by my department. It is actually supposed to be handled by Tier 4, okay? And then you just send it back, reply all.
Yeah.
I love that shit. It's so good.
Ooh, did y'all see the Nelk Boys podcast got deleted? I know this is probably like something that every single person has either talked about or heard of because I think it was on the news.
I have not.
I don't even
know
who that
idea.
is.
You two are fucking millennials, dude. Y'all don't pay attention to anything.
What the fuck is milk? Is that like milk that's going bad or something? Like...
No, NELK, like my first initial and then ELK. I'll put it in the Discord so you guys.
I
get it. I don't know what that is.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of having to hold dumb motherfuckers' hands right now. I'm just kidding. But they had a podcast with Trump on it, and there was nothing really wrong with the podcast, but it got deleted because Trump brought up not the fact, but his perception that the 2020 election was rigged, which is something that a lot of people have talked about on their podcasts and other places before. But I don't know. It was weird because it got deleted by YouTube whenever it wasn't really like an egregious podcast at all compared to a lot of the shit that's out there.
Yeah,
right? Like we have said worse shit on ours.
Yeah, that's true, but we have less sway.
that's fine, right? But I don't think that viewership should determine what you can and can't say, right? Like it should be a blanket thing,
Well,
right?
Mm,
yeah.
And also like because people are adults, right? I mean, if you're on YouTube, you're either your parents allowed you to be on there or fucking you're a grown ass adult and you can think for yourself. I don't believe in the whole sway thing. I think that's bullshit. And if you are swayed by like podcasts and fucking entertainment, which that's what podcast is. It's not supposed to be informational unless it's specifically an informational podcast.
Hmm.
I mean, it's just dudes sitting around talking to Trump. That's all I understand. I haven't watched it, but that's all I understand it was. And the YouTube stated the reason it got deleted is because Trump brought up I'll put air quotes, misinformation about the election, which I hate that fucking word.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking buzzword. It's so stupid. It's really annoying.
yeah. Well,
But
so
I'm curious how y'all feel about censorship. Not them censoring that specific podcast, but the censorship in general. Because once they start censoring that kind of content and that type of thing, what's stopping them from censoring actual factual information, which they have, which I think YouTube has done before. They've actually censored people who did end up being true, like being right. I mean.
yeah, well, see, that'd be my argument is that they always have and always will censor people. And I think there's like a spectrum to it. You are either so small that you stand absolutely no chance and nobody cares that it happens to you, right? Like you hear about small YouTubers that just get their channels deleted and that's it. They never get them back. They make a new one and they go on about their life. And then you have people on the opposite end, like Donald Trump, who has millions of people following him, that then get on there, and so then they feel like they have to take a super drastic measure because they have such a big following. It's I I think the part of it is that you are agreeing to the censorship when you agree to use YouTube.
That's true. Their
We-
podcast's still on Spotify and stuff like that. And I kind of had this discussion with one of my coworkers too, and he said, "Well, they're a private institution, so they can really do whatever they want." And I
Yeah.
said, "That's a really fair point." And
Yeah,
I
that's
do
my
agree,
whole,
right? Yeah,
that's my whole position on it is like, yes, the US has freedom of speech in the Constitution, but that's just saying as a person in the world, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
but
that's
that
not-
aside,
But
Go ahead.
it's not that, like, that statute is not saying you can say whatever the fuck you want
right?
on whatever the fuck you want. So YouTube as a company under Google have their terms of service. And that's a legally binding thing. It's a contract. If
I
you
know,
don't
yeah.
read it and you don't know what you can't say, that's just ill-advised of you. That's not,
Right.
oh, YouTube censoring us. That's YouTube laid this out. It's there. It's been there. They didn't change the terms of service just to fucking delete you. It's
But I understand where you're coming from, right?
Yeah,
They broke
it's
the
the-
rules and they saw the repercussions of it.
yeah.
Right. Like I understand that, and I totally have no problem with that. But like I'm kind of curious what defines misinformation, right? Because a lot of misinformation that's been put out there has turned out to be true. Like when the vaccines first came out, they were like, "Oh, get the vaccine, you'll be fine. They're 100% good." And then they came out with the first booster saying that, "Oh, well, the vaccine wanes, so it doesn't work." "Oh, well, don't worry. If you get the vaccine and the booster, you can't spread COVID." "Oh, well, you can still catch and spread COVID, but you're not going to go to the hospital for it." Like the facts have continued to change, and what has been deemed misinformation continues to change. So I'm curious how YouTube can determine what is and isn't misinformation. Is it just what is, considered not true at the time? That's just misinformation? Because in my opinion, that's bullshit.
So with the vaccines,
And
that's
that's just an example. It's not like I don't
know.
want, I'm not saying specifically like I'm just giving an example.
I know, but I'm going to explain with that example.
Go ahead.
So the vaccines are ongoing studies because COVID's ongoing. It's already mutated. It's like mutated multiple times. It's still mutating. So it's a constant study.
Exactly.
of-
So like what gives them the right to, censor people who were out the gate saying the vaccines aren't foolproof. Like they weren't saying don't get the vaccines. They're just telling people, hey, by the way, we've looked at a bunch of research and it says that the vaccines aren't foolproof like they're telling you. And then they were getting censored for saying that.
I mean, there were some people, like you're saying, that were having a level head about it, but a lot of people don't, which is, I think, where the kind of the whole conflict comes in, is some people are out there just screaming at the top of their lungs, batshit crazy stuff. Everyone can agree that's, mostly level head, like, yeah, no, those guys, we don't talk about them. But YouTube and just any huge social media like this doesn't have the manpower to go through every single person talking about this and, like, debate if they're being logical about it, right? Like, it would cost them way too much money and way too much time to actually investigate all of these individually, so they just throw a blanket statement across it and just, like, yeah, no, shut it down, because to save money.
Yeah. Because it's one of those situations where new information is constantly coming out because they're constantly researching this. And so as that new information comes out, it may contradict the old information, but that's the new information they found. That's the new truth.
Right, but does it still make it okay for them to censor people like that for the I'm a huge component of, like, I understand that. So let me get this out of the way real quick. I understand the terms of service and everything, and I'm not trying to argue that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kind of, I am, right? Like, just because the terms of services are there and it blatantly, like, explains it out, a lot of people will say, oh, well, just don't use that platform. And I'm like, but YouTube is such an established platform, and I really do like the platform.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to move away from it, and I want to. It's kind of like people who are like, oh, if you don't like America, just leave. That's where I'm getting at, right? Because a lot of people would be saying that, oh, well, if you don't like what YouTube does, then just don't use YouTube. And I'm like, that's something you can do, or we could have a public discourse about it and discuss it, and YouTube may change their terms of service to where it's not so, like, I have a real weird spot with misinformation. I think that's just a bullshit term. And so I think people getting banned or their videos getting deleted, which does make them money, is you're taking away people's, source of income at that point for something that you deem as information at the time, but then in the future it's not. And then so their video was taken down for no reason. They didn't make that money for no reason.
But it wasn't taken down for no reason. It was taken down for the current circumstance.
Right, so but if this current circumstance deems to be not true in the future, then they lost out on that opportunity because the people who were saying it wasn't misinformation and out of their control deleted their video were wrong. I mean, it's like your boss saying you didn't work you didn't do that the way I wanted you to, even though you got it done in the same amount of time and there was no problems with it, and he just doesn't pay you because of that.
Yeah, but I mean, that happens, and people get fired for no reason. Not to you, yeah, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Right, but like, I don't know.
But it's also where, like, say they publish this video, it was what they thought was the truth. YouTube deems it as misinformation. The facts change. It's no longer incorrect. If they uploaded that video again, it wouldn't be misinformation. At the time the video was removed, the current knowledge, that was misinformation. With new current knowledge, it may not be misinformation. So they could re-upload it and be completely fine.
That's true.
But it's not that they're missing, like, I get it, it sucks people have their videos removed, but if that video is against terms of service, if it's deemed, like, gerrymandering, whatever the fuck you want to call it, if it's deemed that at the time in the current truth, it's what it's deemed. But if the truth changes to align with what that video is saying, you re-upload that video and now it's just fact. It's not misinformation.
Well, how far will misinformation spread? Like,
it can
beyond
spread fucking global.
I'm saying, like, not just for that one instance, but like, what happens whenever they start making everything misinformation except for what they tell you is fact? right? Even though they're wrong, they tell you
Mhm.
that that's what you said is misinformation, even though like you have proof and ways to like prove it, and it's like socially accepted as right and fact. But since the the government and the higher power says that it's misinformation, they censor you, and then that's that.
But the government's not censoring YouTube. YouTube is censoring YouTube.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying in like a
It's not a
broader term.
government body.
Yeah. Well, but
But
also
it's
that
one of those things of like, if you can provide the proof, if you can provide the research,
That's true. Yeah, yeah,
it's
for
not,
sure.
you're not providing misinformation. You're providing, here's the facts. If there's
Well, if-
research to back up what you're saying, it's not misinformation. Somebody may say, "Oh, that's misinformation," but somebody can go in there and watch that video and be like, "Oh, he's got legitimate sources. He has legitimate research papers."
Well, that's been a thing, though. That's been a thing. Like people for the vaccines showed legitimate research and legitimate proof, and then they still deemed it misinformation and censored people.
Yeah, but so like I get what you're saying, right? Like they shouldn't just jump to a conclusion and say this doesn't work with what I'm saying, so you can't say it. But I think it all kind of boils down to sponsorships or
Yep.
ads. YouTube does not care about your political views. They don't care about if what you're saying is the truth. They don't care if you're a shitty human being. The only thing they care about is do your videos sell ads. Most advertisements don't want their ads on anything controversial. Doesn't matter if it's right or
That's
not.
true. Big facts.
So they go, okay, these people not making ads, not making us money. Get rid of them. Make sure nobody wants to make these videos anymore so that they don't, waste our time and resources not making us money.
I am kind of biased too on the topic because I'm a like any information is information, even if it's like stupid as fuck. Like some dude could come out and be like, "The moon's made of cheese," and I'd be like, "That's funny," and I'd like, I don't want that to get removed just because it's deemed misinformation, right? Like, I kind of want everything and anything to be posted. I think, I guess like if they just demonetized it or something, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it or something. I don't know. I think just having it be removed from the platform though was a little excessive, but we'll see in the future. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
they'll, maybe they'll lighten up and be like, you know what, whatever. I mean, it's just one podcast.
Well, and
right? Like it was
yeah.
just one episode of one podcast for
Did
that
they-
instance specifically.
Well, I don't know if you know the information about this, but did YouTube actually delete it, or did they reach
Yes.
out to the podcasters and say, hey, take this down?
No, so they posted the video, and within 24 hours, it got 5 million views, and then YouTube just deleted it and said the reason why was because Trump talked about the 2020 election being fraudulent, which, me personally, I don't believe. I believe Biden won fair and
Yeah.
square. That's not, and I'm vaccinated, so just to clear the air, I'm not a fan of Trump. Like I'm not a huge Trump person. So just to clear the air of that, I'm not trying
Yeah.
to sit here and like push
so
the
he's just
like
a little
Republican
Trump
agenda.
person.
Well, but
Nah.
so then,
I'm
like
not
you were
little at all,
saying, any information is good information, right? And I think
Exactly,
that
like, I
is a
don't-
good thing to a degree, but there are a lot of stupid people in this world. That can be
There
proven
probably are,
by the amount of safety, like stupid safety science you would think would never need to be said. They're out there. And we've already
Do not
seen
drink
evidence
bleach.
of people, and you can argue it either way, people trying to take over a building for the Capitol on what
Mhm.
they thought Trump was telling them to do, right? He may not have, he may have, we're not getting into that, but they did it, right? So,
a good example of people's stupidity is to literally go get in your car, start it, and drive.
yeah.
Yep.
Just go drive, and holy shit, people are so fucking stupid. Like I swear, people don't actually look at their mirrors.
Oh no. Most
Oh,
of
yeah.
them aren't
Like-
even alive.
If you're using your cruise control in the left-hand lane on the highway, it happened to me like yesterday. It happened to me 3 fucking times just on my way to work. That's like a 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive. And the highway stint of it is like 15 minutes. In those 15 minutes, I was in the left-hand lane, nobody behind me, I'm passing somebody, and nobody in front of me. But the person ahead of me, one lane to the right, would move over to pass somebody, but wouldn't pick up speed to match mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I would gain on them, have to cancel my cruise, slow down, wait for them to pass that person. They would get over, which I appreciate. But like, is it that hard to accelerate to the speed of the person behind you? I'm not speeding up. I mean, my cruise is set. I had it set for a reason because I'm lazy. So I don't have to fucking use it. You're on the highway too, dude. And that's another thing, man. People not using their damn cruise control.
Hey, mine doesn't work. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you drive a Ford, Jeremy. Go fuck yourself. Nothing
Dude,
works.
How does my
I mean, it
01
runs.
Chevy cruise control work? And that's notorious for not working, and your Ford's doesn't.
Okay, let me rephrase that. My cruise control does work, but since my truck drives so poorly, I don't like using it because sometimes it'll try to idle at a certain position that the engine just fucking hates, and so I don't use it.
No,
Does yours
but
have a
this.
Triton in it?
Yeah, it's a 5.4.
I'm so sorry, man.
It's the worst of the worst.
It happens.
Yeah.
But
But
kind of bring it back to what I was saying though, is that you have these people that will believe anything, right?
That's
And
true, dude.
so
Oh my
if
God.
these giant groups of people there's a possibility that they might latch onto something, and in doing so they might end up hurting somebody else. Shouldn't that be censored?
See, that's the kind of tough spot, right? Because I totally get where you're coming from, and I do agree, right? Because people are so fucking stupid. It comes back around, dude. The biggest problem in America is the public education system. I've said it before.
yeah, so the majority of these issues just stem from people's lack of critical thinking skills.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just being able to think for yourself.
Well,
Not
that's
even critical thinking.
Well, but that's critical thinking is you being able to hear this and think about it and say, maybe I shouldn't agree with that. It's the ability to step out of the situation and look at it objectively of, is this right or is this wrong, or do I even fucking know what right or wrong is in this situation? People will latch on to a fucking ideology that's completely fucking wrong, but because their lack of critical thinking, they have no ability to step out of it and actually figure out that they're wrong.
Dude, and the biggest piece of irony that I see from what you're talking about is like the right calling the left sheep. I think that is fucking hilarious because it's like it's like sheep calling
It's like
other
the pot
other people.
calling the kettle black.
Exactly, dude. I'm
It's
sitting
the
here like
same fucking thing.
I'm like, you guys do the same thing they do, just on the other side. It's so
back-
fucking dumb.
Back to the scene from the interview. Same, but different, but still same.
Yeah, dude. God. Oh man. No, let's get off politics and
Oh,
yeah.
and censorship and shit. That was fun, but holy shit.
So-
Yeah.
I'll take it off of that topic.
Yeah, what do you
fuck
got?
off
What did you
shit.
bring this day, Brandon? What did you bring for us?
I
So
just
excited.
wonder how y'all feel about vanity plates on cars. Because I saw
like the
one-
license plate little
Yeah.
bracket things that are all
No,
fucking
no.
style.
No, vanity plates. The ones that you order customized to whatever the fuck you want to say.
I need you to not yell so much, sir.
Because I
You got
saw
amped about
one-
it.
You did.
Of all
Like,
things.
you just got more heated about that than like us arguing
Everything
about
we just talked
censorship and
about.
politics.
So-
Oh man.
I don't know. It's just a weird thing to me because I saw one the other day that said Roblox.
Okay, but so
Yeah.
that's one of those things that is so dumb that it then becomes funny, right? Like that's something I would do only because it's like pfft, Roblox, that's fucking stupid.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I laughed about it because who the fuck? You had your license plate says Roblox.
See, I'd
Like
be the
either
dickhead.
you,
Like I would put fucking cum dumpster on mine or something just ridiculous.
So, well, that brings up an interesting point. Do they censor what you put on
Yes.
your
Yes, they do.
vanity plates?
they do.
I want to know what the limit is now. What can I get away with?
Right? Can I put like dick toaster on there or something
Yeah.
stupid?
Well, so I know they censor them, but it's not like like if you have a creative way to get around it, they may not catch it.
Yeah.
So you may be able to get a fucking license plate that says "Dick Suck" if you figure out a clever way to disguise,
like getting past censorship in game chat. You just replace some of the letters with numbers and
exactly. So, but I mean, they're not gonna let you make a fucking license plate that says "fuck ass" or something.
So
just straight off "fuck ass." They're not gonna let you do that.
To actually answer your question and what my thoughts are on them, because I know you actually asked the question and not just us fucking talking about the dumbass things we would put on them.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're a waste of money. I've never had one, never will get one. I think it's stupid. I mean, but if you have the money and if you really want to, I mean, go for it. But it's just a fucking license plate. Like, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, that's my whole thing is like, but it's also like what I've seen from them. Some of them are them like people just like defining their identity by their license plate. Because I saw another one that was like TTU Granny. Like, okay, there's not fucking 3,000 other TTU Grannies out there?
Yeah, but she's the TTU Granny.
I don't care. But this lady also had like 8 fucking grandkid stickers on her fucking bumper.
Yeah. Well, so I like kind of like Nick was saying.
And
I think
one of them was from Tech. There's only one Tech fucking bumper sticker on there, but she's TTU Granny.
But like I also think vanity plates are stupid, and if I see a vanity plate on a car, I immediately lose respect for the person in that car.
Absolutely.
But I mean, you know, if you want to do it, I guess no harm, no foul. But just know that I don't respect you anymore.
It's one of those things for me. Is like, I don't know you, but I hate you.
Yeah.
See, I kind of don't care. I mean, I think you can, like, if somebody has a vanity plate, and like a lot of times I'll see and it's just random bullshit on it, and I'm like, that isn't even anything. You spent money for a normal license plate, just not
just
normal,
black
though.
and white instead, or white on black instead of black on white.
Yeah.
I will say that the Texas license plate is stupid, and they should
old
put
ones were
something
so much
on
better,
it, right? Like every other state has really cool ass license plates, and we just have a black and white box letters, like nothing cool on it. Give me back my cool Texas flag one.
I think it's cool as fuck, dude. I like the simple, like clean look it has.
I know, but the old ones were like red, white, and blue, and they had a nice Texas flag.
Dude,
none of mine were. I've always the black on white, like regular.
Well, I mean, Texas has had those for like 15 years now.
Yeah.
But like
I haven't
before
been driving
those,
that long.
well, I know, but before those, it was like super neat ones. Like they would have like seasonal ones, but now they're just same, different numbers, but same.
Boring, all right. Give me
Also,
something cool.
See, but I personally just don't give a shit about license plates, though.
I mean, I don't either until I see one, and then I'm like, that could be cooler.
But it's also
I don't even see them. I just don't pay attention.
It's also interesting because, like, depending on the license plate, you can tell when the car was bought because they run them in order. So, like, they started with AAA 1111. And then they've just worked their way up, like AAB, AAC, AAD.
I actually didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Dude, I gotta say though, fucking college alumni, like the people who actually like put that shit on their back glass or like their bumper sticker or whatever, they're the worst fucking drivers. Oh my god, I hate alumni. They're the fucking
It's because
worst.
all their brain power went to fucking getting a piece of paper.
Yeah, dude, and they're fucking retards on the road. They'll be driving this nice ass car and just be awful at driving. I'm like, how did you graduate college but you don't know how to operate a motor vehicle?
I mean, you know, like, common sense and book smarts are very different.
God, they are.
Things.
Holy shit. We have so many people at work. They're like super smart with like certain shit, like they're book smart as fuck, but then whenever it comes to just common sense, I swear they're brainless. I'm like,
They
how
can
the
build
fuck?
a rocket, but they can't change a light bulb.
No, they can't build a rocket to save their fucking lives. They can tell you how to build a rocket, but they can't do
Well,
it
there you
themselves.
go. There you go. That's
Like
because the
they
guy
have all
actually
of the knowledge, but they can't do it because their hand-eye coordination and their common sense is so garbage.
the guy that actually can build that rocket can change his own light bulb. The guy designing the rocket can't fucking change a light bulb.
Yeah, facts, dude. It's so annoying. Or he's the guy who designs the rocket, but his fucking his fire alarm is beeping constantly
Yeah.
because the battery's dead, and he doesn't know you
Yeah.
have to change it.
Well, see, I get it. I think it just goes back to the fact that being tech savvy people, we understand the importance of privacy and protecting your personal information. Why
Mhm.
would you want to put anything on your car that just any random person in the world could see and even if it's stupid stuff like finding out where you went to college or that you're a grandparent or something, like why do you need random people to know that information about you?
Because that's their identity, Jeremy.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that's like who they are.
Yeah, but no one cares about you or your identity.
But
Yeah, but they
they
care
care
that
about it.
they care that you don't care. They want you to care. They want you
They
to know,
care-
dude. They want to
they
feel
care-
important.
They care that you know that information because that's the only important information about that person. That is what they wrap their life around. So that's what they want everybody in the world to know them for.
Yeah.
Yup.
Well, so kind of related, but on a little bit different. What do you guys think about people who are like diehard fans of their schools or their hometowns?
Dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
Nobody gives a
like-
shit where you're from. Nobody gives a shit where you went to college from. I'm sure there's somebody else who thinks your college is fucking stupid.
Because, like, I always remember, like in high school especially, right? There's such a huge, school spirit mentality of just like, pep rallies, and you gotta support the teams, and you gotta, do everything you can for your school. And it just never made sense to me. Why would I care
Oh,
about this
yeah.
school?
Dude, and I hated it because in like pep rallies and shit, like if you didn't stand up when they wanted you to stand up, you'd get in fucking trouble
Yeah.
Yep.
because you're not participating. I'm like, fuck off,
I
dude.
will say, pep rallies were hella fun. I love pep rallies.
I
Only
hated
because I
pep
was
rallies.
only because I was in the band. That's the only reason. Because we got to sit on the other side of the gym where no one else got to sit. And they basically, since I was, Mr. Awesome, first chair percussionist, head of the percussion drum line, okay? They basically just gave me free reign to do whatever the fuck I wanted. They were like, yeah, if you think there's a point that, a little drum cadence might fit in, fucking start it up, dude. Let's go. And so I was just sitting over there just going ham on the drums with all our, all the drumline people. I loved it. It's great times. But the actual, like, supporting the football team, fuck them.
So you know why I hate pep rallies?
Yeah.
Is because the scream of 100+ children at the same time murders my ears. Like it makes my ears hurt. Not like, oh, that's loud. Like physically, they hurt.
Yeah, I get
but
that.
like, there's a thing though. Like, we all three have different perspectives of pep rallies too. Because Jeremy was in band, Brandon, you were usually on the football team,
Yeah.
and I wasn't. I just was a participant. So
Yeah.
I just hated it because I felt like it was a waste of my fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm like I have to be here. Like I just have to sit here and endure. Like, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be like, it was one of those things that I thought was fucking stupid and pointless because our football team wasn't that good. Like our
No, we fucking
cheerleaders weren't
suck.
that good looking.
No,
Our
they
fucking
weren't.
band wasn't that good. And I'm just like, we're a small town in West Texas. Like I understand the people are all hyped up about fucking football, and I just didn't care. I was like, can I like go to the computer lab and like play like flash games, dude?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
this
Well,
sucks.
yeah, I was right
Boring.
there with you because in middle school, the band didn't play during our pep rallies. So yeah, we were just sitting on the sides, and those were the worst times ever. And I hated
Mhm.
those events.
It's so fucking boring, dude. Because I didn't care. Like I wasn't into sports. I mean, I wasn't in band. I just didn't give a shit about any of it. So it was like pointless waste of time for me. just don't want to be here.
Yep.
See, that's why you got to get involved. See, I will say one of the better pep rallies we ever had. It was a pep rally / send off for the robotics team instead of the football, because our football team sucked. They never made it to playoffs, but our robotics team made it to the state competition every year. So one year they made us all gather in the gym, and they brought the fucking robotics team out, all these nerdy ass fucking kids. And I, luckily, since I was in the band, didn't have to be with them, which I was very, very happy for. I didn't want to be in the middle of the fucking football field. But it was so good, man. like everybody not really wanting to cheer for the robotics team, but still having to. It was great. I loved it.
The only thing I liked about high school was track and tennis. Track and tennis were fun as fuck.
Oh yeah.
But like everything else, I fucking hated. And the only reason I liked track is because I was good at it. I was fast, so
yep.
I was like, I didn't have any interest in any other sports or band.
Man, band was
I did hang out with the. It was funny because our friend circle back in high school was a football player, I was in athletics and ran track, but I wasn't really like that sporty. And then a band kid.
Yep.
Like me and Brandon have always hung out with at least one band kid.
Yep.
Band kids are crazy, all right.
Oh yeah, dude. The fucking. I remember there was one story I heard where these band kids like had some girl left her jacket in like the storage room, and they like put it in a case, like a guitar case or a drum case or some shit, and they would pee on it. And they peed on it for like the whole year, and then left for summer vacation, and came back the next year, and it was still fucking there.
Dude,
Yeah.
that reminds me of, I think it happened in the town over from us, but they had a band director that they fired, and so he took apart the timpanis, which are like the big drums, and shit in them, and then put them back together. So for like multiple months, nobody could figure out why the band room just absolutely reeked, and it's because this dude just took a dump in the drums.
That's fucking amazing.
Oh
my god. What a send off, dude. Just fuck shit. He just shit all over him, dude.
What a fucking beast.
I mean, I think he got fired for, sexual assault stuff. But
What the fuck?
Okay, fuck that guy then.
Man, so kind of a sidebar, but just how absolutely shitty our school was. We hired this big fancy band director from Dallas, and he was supposed to be really good and all this, and we were all like, everyone's like, whoa, how did they convince this huge awesome dude won multiple state competitions to come out to our dinky little town? And it's because he'd been fired from his previous school for sexual assault allegations, and so they hired him at ours.
Nice.
Perfect, dude.
Yep.
That's the candidate you want right there.
Man, that
God.
guy was weird. I remember, I don't even know how we got on the topic, but he was like trying to hype us up about the performance or something. He was like, yeah, you guys are going to get out there, you're going to do this, it's going to be great, you're going to nail it, the crowd's going to be going crazy, they're going to be throwing babies around. And I'm like, what?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that guy was weird. Good times, though.
That's just an off-the-wall fucking thing to say.
Right? Especially to just a bunch of high schoolers.
There are some people who just have like no concept of like reading the room either.
True.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm one of those people a lot of times, so.
No, you're better than most. I'll tell you, dude. I've met some people who are just like they will say some of the most off-the-wall fucking shit, and you're like, huh? What?
Why would you say that? Well, I mean, I've gotten a lot of that the past week or so, about people complaining about the gas prices, and they're like, well, instead of putting gas in your car, you should just go put a liberal and burn them in it instead. Like, some guy literally said that to me.
Jesus Christ.
I just kind of, you could tell he realized right after he said it that I wasn't the person to say that to, because I didn't laugh. I just kind of looked at him, and he was like, "Nah, I'm just joking, man." And I was like, "Okay, like I'm gonna go over here now."
people get so hardcore into the politics. They like pick a side, and I'm like, you understand that's not how it's supposed to work, right?
Right.
Like,
Can
you're not,
agree and
they aren't
disagree with
supposed to be.
both.
There's not supposed to be sides. You're supposed to like see what each one is like presenting and then choose which one you agree with most. You're not just supposed to wholeheartedly agree with every single thing they fucking say.
Yeah, because it's just like people that get super hyped about their schools and their towns. Like, man, no one cares about your town.
For me,
Go
it's like
find
you
the
must
better
have
one.
like people need to get some hobbies.
Yeah,
Yes.
honestly.
Like actually. Ooh, just to throw this out there, because I've been really fucking excited about it.
Mhm.
I am most likely getting a motorcycle this month.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. What kind are you getting?
Kawasaki KLR 650.
It's a good one. It's a good
Nice.
Shit, that's loud.
Just
One second,
gotta-
I'll pull up a picture of it. I want to get a new one, the 2022, because you can get one for like out after tax title license like 7K.
That's not bad.
Say motorcycles are
it's-
pretty cheap, man. And they get pretty good gas mileage.
Well, that's why I want to get it, because the specific reason, and I kind of want to go on a little rant about the KLR. I'll post the image of like the base model that I'm gonna get because
Mhm.
I don't need anything fancy. So that's it. For those viewing, you can Google a KLR 650, or if you're, I mean, this probably won't come up on the podcast unless we do some editing or something, which probably won't happen. But it's like
unless
an
one of
ADV
y'all want
bike.
to do it.
Just Google
No,
KLR 650
good.
and you'll see what it looks like. And it's a 650cc single cylinder, like an adventure bike essentially. And the reason I want to get it is because it's like dirt fucking cheap for a brand new motorcycle, dummy reliable, and it gets about 50 mpg and has like a range of 300 miles on one tank.
hmm
Like 300 miles in a motorcycle is insane to me.
Yeah. I mean, even mine, which is an '08, I believe, an '08 Kawasaki Vulcan, it gets.
Vulcans are sweet, dude.
Yeah, they are.
I love Vulcans.
What's 5 times 40? Whatever that is. That's how many.
200.
Boom,
Yeah,
200 on my little 5-gallon tank. 08 motorcycle. If only
Dude,
I didn't
yeah.
have to lug tools around everywhere I go.
But I was thinking, like, it's really comfortable, has great, like, good wind protection and shit. I could totally ride that thing out to hang out with you guys at some point too.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Just ride it all the way there. I mean, why not? I mean, I bought it to be ridden.
I
I'm
will
gonna
say,
buy
though,
it to be ridden.
road trips on motorcycles are a whole different beast than road trips in a car.
Oh, I understand, but it's me.
Yeah, yeah.
Brandon knows. Nick doesn't give
Yeah.
a fuck. Like,
Yeah,
I really don't give
I
a
mean,
fuck.
you
I
say
will-
that, man, but 2 to 3
Like-
hours in, and you can't feel your legs, your butt cheeks, or your testicles, and your back hurts. Like you're gonna stop for a little bit.
Well, the whole thing about this bike is it's like an adventure bike, so it's meant to go distances.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
that's kind of why I want to get it. It's people say it's super comfortable and like it's like an upright seating position. I mean, it's a dirt bike with fairings essentially, but a really wide seat.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be super nice. And I mean, I rode whenever my dad had his Ninja 600. I rode that thing for 80 something miles whenever I was 14. So I like dude, my fucking, I think it was my right hand or my left, one of them, all the way from my ring finger over to my pinky and up my arm was tingly after I rode it because I didn't know you had to like not just sit there and let the vibrations of the motorcycle do nerve damage.
Yeah.
It went away. It took like a week for it to go away too. It was the most annoying thing. But
Yeah.
this won't be like that, right? Like I know I can do the miles because I've ridden and my ass was fine. Like I was okay. I think I'll be all right on it. But I was like debating whether or not I should get a car that's better on gas. And I was like, fuck, dude, a motorcycle is so much cheaper and I can get one brand fucking new and then just save shitloads of money.
Yeah.
Because I'm already in my truck spending about $400 plus in gas a month. Because it took me $105 for like 26 or 28 gallons this morning. I think it was 26.
Yeah, no.
So-
it's not good times.
No, yeah. So I was thinking, fuck it. I have my motorcycle license. I've been wanting to get a motorcycle. Now is like the time. And so after this next paycheck, I think I'm gonna go get one. And I think I convinced Esteban to get the same bike.
Nice. You gonna start a motorcycle gang?
Well, kind of. Me and Esteban got our licenses together, and he's been talking about wanting to get one for his birthday, and now just happens to be a perfect time because I'm in a really good financial spot to do it.
Yeah.
After I get paid next, because I'll be able to, put a down payment on it, pay my truck payment, and get it insured, and then still be fine. I mean, be within my cushion in my checking. So I think it'll be a good move, and then I'll just save money because I won't be spending as much on gas. But I think I'll like land about even, honestly, because the payment for like a 24-month finance on a bike like that costs about that much is like a little under $300 a month,
Yeah.
and then the insurance should be like $80. So I should actually save a little bit of money, but I mean I'm probably going to be breaking about even.
Yeah. And I don't know. I really enjoy riding motorcycles, but I don't know if I could. I mean, even just driving around in Lubbock, man, those people are crazy, and they do not pay attention to you in the slightest.
Oh yeah, I know. That's one thing I'm gonna have to like learn.
Yeah. So when you got your license, did they make you go through like a training course, or did you have to take a test for it?
They put us through a whole course. It was a big inner course because I was doing it with Esteban. Like I
Yeah.
have plenty of dirt bike experience. So I'm good on a motorcycle. Like I have no problem. They took us and split us into like two groups, and it was like a 2 or 3 day thing where the first day was like reading and then doing a written test, and then this second 2 days were like the first day was like training. The third day was like more training, and then they had a final evaluation. And dude, there were so many people that shouldn't have passed that shit. Oh my god, there are some terrible motorcycle riders out
Oh
there with
yeah.
license.
Oh
Like
man,
absolute garbage.
because I also had to take a like an over the weekend training course when I was taking my license, and it was basically I was the youngest one at 15. Everyone else was in their 30s or 40s, and I was by far the best one there, which is kind of sad.
Mhm.
But we had one lady who she said she'd been gifted a moped that was just over, or it was 200 cc's, which means it's big enough that you have to have a license for it. So she was there to get her license. Well, they put us on these little, like, I don't even know what they are. I think they were Honda Rebels. Um, but she got on it. We turned them on, after we did all of our safety lessons or whatever. And she, what's it called? Whiskey throttled it?
Oh,
Where
fuck.
Yeah, we had
the bike
someone
just
do that.
comes out from under her and she just lays flat on the ground.
One of the girls in our evaluation dumped the bike.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
nice.
fucking was going up to, because you have to do this stint where you accelerate the bike and then stop quickly with the front brake.
Yeah.
Because of course they're trying to teach you how to maneuver the motorcycle. Well, she went up, she gave it gas, got up to the thing, or like she's kind of going slow. She wouldn't sit on the bike right. She kept sitting like way too far back. We were like, scoot up, sit on it, like stop trying to like,
Yeah, get away from
straight
it.
arm it. Because people want to straight arm motorcycles for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like this group,
Yeah.
and in my group, because they split us into two. In my group, I was the only one with any riding experience.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
we had like a bunch of Groms and Kawasaki 125s, and then I think Esteban got put on a Kawasaki Eliminator 250, which was probably the worst bike out there, and he still did better than everybody else. He was the second best behind me because I was on a KTM Duke 250 or something like that, or 200.
Yeah.
But apparently my bike was the hardest to like handle around the tight corners for some reason.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. I had no issue. But yeah, in the there was two people there that shouldn't have passed, I think, and it was that girl and then the one guy we called. It's a Icon helmet. I'll have to. I think it's Air Force or something.
Hmm.
Air Flight. We called him Air Flight Kevin because he was the only dude there with the Air Flight helmet, and like in my opinion, Air Flights are kind of chode fucking helmets. They're cool, but like I don't know, they're a little much for me.
Yeah.
And he sucked. Oh my god, he sucked.
But I
Like,
got
homie
a
could not get
$700
close.
helmet.
Mm.
I'm the best
What?
rider because I got the most expensive helmet.
They're not really that expensive, but
Yeah.
it was one of those. It's a helmet that you like buy to kind of look cool. But if you
Yeah.
can't ride a motorcycle well, you don't look cool. You just look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like he's out there fucking has zero clutch control. That was his biggest problem, dude. He would dump the clutch every single time. I'm like, just ease it out, ease out on the clutch and like slightly in on the throttle. He couldn't do it. He would dump the clutch and stall the bike every fucking time. Like homie could like, he would have to push it with his feet and let out. Then he would just dump the clutch so it wouldn't stall. And I'm like, dude, quit just letting go. Like,
It's not that hard to fucking just ease it in.
It was wearing me out, dude, because we were waiting on them. Like I would do, because he had me leading, since he could tell me what to do, and I would just go do it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was using me as an example. Well, I would get done, and I'd be sitting there, and I would have to wait on everybody else. And I'm like, can I just get a private course so I can do this in like a single day? Because
yeah.
Well, me.
So it still amazes me sometimes just the amount of people they let get their license, even for cars, right? So I probably have told you all this story. I don't think I've said it on podcast, but when I went to go get my license, I was right in the middle, or right at the end of needing to get a new prescription for my contacts. So I could not see very well, like, at all. And
I know how bad your eyes are, dude.
Yeah, they're
a
bad.
Mole.
And I went up, and they make you do a little eye test, and I go, C, D, 3, C, D. And she's like, there are no numbers in there, try again. And so I just said it again, but replaced the 3 with a D, and she's like, perfect, you're good.
She said, what?
Yeah. I was like, sweet. I didn't want to have to come back, but...
Like, I feel like they need to be more strict on people who go through those tests, because there was a lot of people there that just, I think, needed to go back through it, or like either practice on a, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Because it's like a lot of those people I was like, you can't ride a bicycle.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you can even ride a bicycle with how bad you are at this.
Well, so what do y'all think about, because I think they should, making you retake a driving test like every 5 or 10 years?
I don't think it should be that often. I think once you hit probably 30 and then 60.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Those are probably good
right,
ages,
because
but...
like, I mean, you're not gonna stop knowing how to drive a vehicle within 5 years. But I think 30, because you need a refresh to remember, like, hey, don't fucking park your car in front of a fire hydrant, and don't like park your car too close to a stop sign. Learn the basics again, because I don't think that's it's easy as fuck. Just retake the test and you should be fine. I mean, if you're a good driver, you have nothing to worry about. But
well, because my grandfather should not be driving, okay? Should not be driving in any sense of the word. Every time we go up to his place, or like go up to visit him, he basically refuses to let anyone else drive but himself, and it is terrifying every single time.
Yeah.
But
That's
I think
weird.
if
like, my grandpa always made me drive, even whenever I didn't have a license. I was like 13, 14 years old driving for him, because he just didn't want to.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think if we are going to like make people, have the possibility of losing your license. I mean, one, it should make everybody hopefully become a better driver. Probably won't. Mm-hmm. Two, you would need an alternative for them, right? Like, because the reason my grandfather still drives is because he's the only one in the house that can drive, because my grandma is blind. So if he doesn't drive, no one else drives, and he can't do anything.
True. I mean, that's a tough one.
Yeah, but I mean, probably still shouldn't let him out on the road, because he probably is going to end up hitting somebody at some point.
I mean, we have so many delivery services now. I really don't feel like driving is a necessity. I know so many like streamers and YouTubers and shit like that who just don't have licenses.
Yeah,
I mean
that's easier for
at that
younger
point
people.
Because now it's not even like, oh, I don't have a car, I'm going to take the taxi somewhere. You have to call the taxi service. You have to hope they have a car available. Just fucking use Uber. Just use Lyft.
Well, not even that.
There's
you don't even
be
have to
somebody
leave
there
home.
to pick you up.
Like, if you want anything, go to Amazon, go to Uber Eats, go to Instacart.
Well, yeah, but
you can literally get...
If we're taking away fucking driver's license from old people, they got to go to fucking doctor all the time.
True.
Yeah, get a Lyft. I mean,
yeah, but it's like...
But I think we're in a weird in-between kind of stage where, yeah, they should and could do that, but they're a little too stupid to
Yeah.
figure it out. Saying this about my own grandparents, who I love dearly, but man,
No, you're not wrong though.
they could not figure it out at all.
Yeah.
They should,
So
but they can't.
it's so weird how that works too. Like you just like can't figure that like stuff that's so simple to the younger generation. Like you just can't figure it out. And I
Yeah.
don't know if that's like a mental degradation thing or if that's just a so stubborn that it's easier to just keep doing what you have been doing.
The latter.
Yeah, I would say
That's
it's the
what I
latter.
think.
See, my whole thing is I think you become old the second you stop trying to understand new things, right?
Yeah.
Like, even with like social medias, the people that just flat out refuse to watch TikToks or get a TikTok or just interact with social medias at all, you know, to some extent, like you don't have to have a social media to be young. I don't have social medias, but I understand them and I use some of them and I get how to use them and the environment of them and understand all of it. But then other people are just like, yeah, no, that's a new thing for the kids. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
See, that seems like limiting yourself to me.
Yeah, which I think is one of the key signs of becoming old.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. We may be hitting a generational thing where that stops though, because I mean you're seeing more and more people who are older that are, just more with the times than you used to. Like
Yeah.
there's a becoming less of a separation between like child and like youth and then like adult and then elderly, right?
Yeah.
There's becoming like that smaller gap to where they can understand each other a little better.
Yeah, I do think part of it though is that the advancement happened so fast, right?
That's
Like
true.
in the span of 20 years, we went from no phones to touch screens that could access anything in the world. So, like, I think
That's true.
there's a bit of adaptability that we've learned at this point, and honestly, technology has kind of started slowing down, so that we can keep up with it now that we've grown up with it.
Yeah.
Well, we also grew up in the era of technological advancement. Just to say the word, I had to say the word at least once.
I love it. I love it.
I was hoping we could go
I
one
love it
without the word.
Yeah. But I mean, it's true. I mean,
Oh.
you two are like the younger millennial, or younger millennials, and I'm an elder Z. So I mean, we're all kind of part of that whole era.
God, you sound like such a fucking doucher. I'm an elder Z.
Well, just because I was born in '97, so I'm like right on the fucking cusp.
I know, right? Well, we were both born in '96, so it depending on who you ask, right, depends on what generation we're in. Because some people say it's like beginning of '96, and some people say it's the end of '96. So it's like right there in the middle.
A lot of people say that like '97 is the start of Generation Z.
Yeah, right. It like changes. It depends on who you ask. But fun fact I wanted to throw in there: do you guys know what the newest generation is called?
Generation fuckheads.
It's Generation Alpha, which is way cooler than Generation X, Y, and Z. And I'm jealous of all these little kids.
I mean, millennial's pretty cool. It just has a negative connotation to it when you get called a millennial. Fucking millennials.
Want to be a millennial?
Fucking millennials.
Like there isn't.
Well,
I mean,
but
people
even
like talk
Boomer
too much shit
and
about
Zoomer have negative connotations to them.
Zoomer. I do forget about Zoomer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and then,
see that,
and then you have the generation that's just never talked about. Gen X.
Yeah, fuck Gen X. They can kiss my balls.
Yeah.
Go back to the corner where you belong.
Oh.
They don't care. They really don't care
if they.
That's our parents.
I want to see the day, even though we probably won't, where so there's two. Since they're going alpha, they're probably going to follow the Greek alphabet, right? So this generation is alphas, the next generation is going to be betas.
Beta cucks, dude.
You're going to have a whole generation of betas.
Generation cuck.
Oh, dude, that would be amazing.
God, those
what
poor
is
kids.
C in the fucking, what is that, Greek alphabet?
I don't think there is a C.
They're not. I could have.
It has to be.
It doesn't. C is English.
Would it be Charlie?
You're
Generation Charlie, dude.
English.
No, we're
Generation
going-
Charlie.
It's
That'd be kinda
what is it? What's the
That's
Kappa.
Greek, right? Like the alpha,
it's
beta.
Greek. It's
Omega.
gamma.
Kappa.
Gamma.
That's G.
That's the alphabet. That's how it goes. It goes
I
alpha,
know.
beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu. So there's going to be a generation mu. I'm about it. And a generation sigma.
Generation Mewtwo.
No, there's new. There's going to be a new generation.
That'd
Oh,
be neat.
nice.
And then eventually we're going to get all the way down to omega generation. That's going to be the last generation ever. That's when the world ends. New conspiracy theory. That's it. That's when the world ends.
That's when we're all
Conspiracy
cyborgs.
theory. Conspiracy theory that I agree with. The world did end in 2012, and we've been in limbo ever since.
Okay.
Because
Lame limbo.
everything in the world has just been fucked since 2012.
Well, since we were born, the world's been fucked. I mean, we were born,
No.
and then Y2K happened, and then 9/11, and just it has been catastrophe after catastrophe.
But just
like-
everything has been fucking busted since 2012.
I just,
Yeah,
I,
I can agree,
I'm
but
really,
I think
I'm
just
kinda-
every generation has bad.
Like,
the human race can't go more than a month without fucking something up.
you ain't lying, dude. It's always fucking something. I'm like, can't we all just like chill at home and play video games and like for like,
Play
A
video
year?
games and quit being a cunt.
or like just leave each other alone,
Famous quote, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Famous quote. I'm so proud of you.
I know. I'm the
play video
best.
games and stop being a cunt.
Yeah. I just quoted myself. Look at me go.
From our old YouTube channel.
Yep. Great times.
Nice.
But
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. I'm kind of curious if there will ever be a point of peace, like just world peace.
I
No.
honestly believe there will never be world peace until we find a exterior force to fight, right? Like the only thing that will unite us is a common enemy. So once Independence Day happens and the aliens come down trying to kill us, then we'll still go through 50 to 100 years of us fighting each other, not giving a shit. And then eventually we'll we'll get it together.
Well, I mean, or it
I don't
turns
even think
into
we would have
grimdark.
peace then, because A, we'll be fighting aliens, but B, people still have ideological differences. They're still going to be fighting each other. It doesn't fucking matter if aliens going to fucking kill us. We're going to shoot down a fucking alien spaceship, and then the countries are going to be arguing about who gets to take that spaceship and study it.
No, dude. What's gonna
There's
happen is
never
we're
going to
gonna
be
start.
peace.
We're gonna start new religions about which alien race has the sexiest waifus, dude.
I'm down for that.
Well, I think
I will crusade for that.
See, I'm saying it'll be like XCOM, right? Where the aliens come in, basically destroy everything, so the few thousand remaining humans kind of have to get along.
Yeah, it's the. I don't know. I kind of feel I'm like leaning more towards it'll be like 40K and be like the grim dark. Fucking everything sucks.
Yeah, everything's terrible.
We're already moving in that direction.
And
Everything already sucks.
I've always
It's better than it was in the like back,
yeah, that's
whenever
true.
we were fucking
Well,
doing
yeah.
Manifest
Dying at
Destiny,
30.
dude.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I kind of wish I would die at 30. Is that a
honestly, that'd be kind of sick, dude.
I
Kinda
kind of
funny.
wanted. I wish I could have died on the Oregon Trail from dysentery.
Hmm. What if this whole reality is just someone's Oregon Trail?
Don't you
Ooh.
fucking do that to me.
Dude, we're in the Matrix. It's all simulation. Beep boop bop bop.
Well, so like one thing I'm always kind of curious about, just because I can never find people of the older generation to talk to me about it. Were the older generations as I guess like beat down and negative is the best way to say it.
You ever
Because like
talk to a boomer? Oh my god, yeah.
right? So, but like it feels like every time any of the younger generations start talking about, oh, the world's ending and it's all trash and everything, nothing's going right, all the older generations are like, it's nothing, you're fine, like
Well, I think it's
get
because
up with the times.
I think they've lived through that already. They've already had their moment of everything sucks, we're over it, and now they're just completely over it and don't give a shit. Because anytime you talk to like a Gen X or a Boomer about this shit, they're just like, nah, whatever.
I'm gonna be dead in a few years anyways.
Yeah, and they're like,
Well,
this is just life, dude. You'll get over it.
it's just one of those deals where the way the world is, people just become jaded. Like
Yeah.
there's no way around it. You're just gonna
Yep.
get jaded and shut down and just go through life.
That's where I'm at right now.
It's depressing. No.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to like make moves and do shit that I just want to do. That's kind
Yeah.
of where I'm at. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm not really worrying about like progressing my career like super fast. I'm already in a pretty good spot, and I'm kind of the mindset of good things will come to those who wait kind of idea. Like as long as you're moving
Mhm.
in the right path and you're patient, it'll work itself out. Some opportunity, like right now we have a new apprenticeship program that came up, and I was sitting here thinking, man, I should really start doing something to like get into another department or something. And lo and behold, it just fucking flops into your lap. I mean, and I think it's more so about making sure you're taking advantage of the opportunities you're given and not letting them just pass by you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Kind
I
of
can
like what
definitely
you're
see
doing,
that.
Brandon, and what you're doing, Jeremy, with the electrician thing, and Brandon with the builder thing, and then me with the IT thing. Like, I did not want to be in IT. It just
Mhm.
fell into my lap, and I don't know if Brandon aspired to be a fucking house builder, but
No, I didn't see myself doing this.
yeah, I don't know if Jeremy, I don't know if you aspired to be an electrician, but I mean,
I mean, my 4 years of failed college would attest otherwise.
right. It's like you just kind of take whatever opportunities are best at the time, and then they just end up being a career or whatever. I mean, as long as you don't just sit there and do nothing, I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I know people that try really hard the other direction, right? Like they're constantly trying to figure out something else to do or like some other way to make money. And even that I feel like doesn't work out a lot. Like, but for the most part it's all stuff that just kind of piddles out and doesn't go anywhere.
Well, a lot of times people are just chasing money, right? And I'm not saying IT's my passion or anything, but it has become my career. And I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and like, put my like, because you can always look at like the worst of every situation. And
Yeah.
I don't exactly love my job, but so long as I don't hate waking up and going to work every day, I'm chilling, dude. Like a job's a
Yeah.
job. I don't understand. People say do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I call bullshit. You get wore out of everything, especially if you have to do it every single day to make a living with it. And I mean, if you're
Yeah.
making a shitload of money doing it, maybe not. But I think even then, like money doesn't make happiness. It makes it
Oh
easier
yeah.
to be happy, but eventually you're gonna get burnt out.
Right, but
Yeah.
I mean that's a whole other argument about everyone saying, "Oh, money doesn't solve anything." Like, no, money
Well,
solves
money.
everything, but you're right, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll be happy. It just means it'll be easier.
Money
It's
buys
easier to be
comfort,
happy. Yeah, what Brandon said.
and comfort provides a route for happiness.
I like that. Yeah. Where'd you steal that from?
I just came up with that,
We'll
motherfucker.
post it. That's our next tweet. But
But there's a lot of ways to like my job. You don't have to have a college degree. I mean, there's a lot of people like myself. I came from fucking Starbucks. I mean, there's a lot of ways to make money as long as you're good at networking. Like, if you're trying to get a job, talk to people. Like
Yep.
wherever you're working at the time, just start talking to people. Like, hey, where do you work? If you work in retail, for instance, because usually if you're, you know, so unhappy because you don't make enough money, it's usually because you're working in the service industry. And there's plenty of people that you can talk to whenever you're serving people. Like whenever I was at Starbucks, the only reason I have my job is because I networked with a guy who worked at my current job, and here I
Same.
am. Yeah,
That
like
that's how I ended up with this. Is I was his salesman, And then one thing led to another, and now here we are.
Yeah, like I think like if you're socially awkward, I mean, there's definitely other avenues for you. Like the internet is a vast wealth of information and knowledge. Like knowledge is power as far as getting a job. Like if you want to get a job, especially if you're antisocial, learn to code. There's so many free resources, especially if you're on fucking TikTok all day. Dude, I see TikToks all the time of people who do programming and coding and shit who are just like, hey, if you want to be a coder, here's a free website that'll teach you everything you need to know. And they provide a link. It's like,
well, I mean, that's kind of like what I was saying when we were talking about colleges, is I learned more from YouTube videos than I ever did from my actual college courses.
Yeah, you just have to be disciplined. Like you have to have that self-discipline. And for people who are like, I don't have the motivation, it's kind of like working out, right? Like a lot of the times people who work out all the time don't want to go work out, but they do it anyways because it creates discipline, right? Like you have to do things whenever, even if you don't want to, just because you'll feel better once you actually do it.
Yeah.
You know, but that's a hard thing to train because of just the way society is and like instant gratification, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Philosophy.
You know, it definitely is. Well, so kind of like taking it back to like moving it where you want to go, or like putting effort into what direction you want to go. I don't understand the guys that, like, we have a couple of guys on our squad that have been doing this for 30 years and have never in those 30 years tried to, you know, get a promotion or become a master electrician or start their own business or anything. They're just like, yeah, no, I'm just going to stay here and do this for the rest of forever. And I'm like, that would get extremely boring.
Now, for me, in that instance, because I mean, I know a lot of people who have been doing the same thing, the same job for a long time. But it's fine. I don't care if you don't want to move up, if you're content being in that position, right? I really don't care. That's your thing. As long as you're not sitting there bitching about it all the time.
Yeah. Because that happens a lot.
Like, my job frustrates me, and I bitch sometimes, but I'm not just sitting there at my job every day, all day, just bitching about how I hate my job. Like, a lot of my coworkers will say, oh, I hate this job. I'm like, dude, I've worked way worse jobs than this. Like, being a carpenter's apprentice was so much harder than this, and so much worse. Like, working at Dairy Queen sucked way harder than this did. This does. Like, you go work at Dairy Queen and then tell me this is a bad job.
Nick hates me for that experience.
Yeah, fuck you for that, by the way. And the groundkeeping experience. Holy shit, Mr. fucking Captain Mower over here.
It's just, never do landscaping.
There's a few things in life that Nick just absolutely loathes me for, and most of them are job related.
That's my own fault, though, because I'm one of those people, I'm okay with being uncomfortable. So, like, if, say, as an example, we're on a long road trip and you're hot and you want to turn the AC down, but my feet are, like, frozen and I'm cold as shit, I won't say anything. I'll just sit there and be uncomfortable because I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Right, like even if it's that easy to just be like, hey, can we like turn the temperature up? You know, I would rather you be comfortable over me because I can deal with it. Like it's not that big a deal to me.
Yeah.
Whoever's the coldest,
as long as you're not shitting on me and like fucking cranking the AC and like freezing me out, I'll just be like, it's whatever. I'm not that uncomfortable, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I do that, but not necessarily out of a you know, wanting to be nice to other people, but more out of a I don't want to make anything about me.
That's the same thing. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Yeah, my comfort isn't as important to me, right? Like I'm just like I know I can deal with it, so I'm just fine. It's like,
nah, bruh, I'm the most important person in the fucking room. So if you're uncomfortable, you can go fuck yourself.
I mean, I do nightly, but well, it's weird because like
at mid-daily,
yeah, like every hour at least.
Yeah, at least once an hour.
Because I will, for the most part, it's not even that I am uncomfortable. I mean, I guess technically, but it's more of just like it really doesn't bother me. Like if I'm hot, like I don't want to be sweating all that time, but. And if I can help not being sweating, I'll try it. But it happens. I'll just do whatever I need to.
Yeah.
I just hate inconveniencing anybody for like something petty.
Oh yeah.
Usually.
I mean, well, even not for not petty stuff. I
I've
remember
gotten better though.
like
Like,
when I was attempting to move out of my last apartment, I almost had nobody help me because I told everyone like, "Oh no, I'll have someone else help me. It's fine. You don't need to come up and help me." And so then nobody came up to help me. And then I was like, "Damn."
And yet every time I move, I'm like, Jeremy.
Mm-hmm. And
because Jeremy knows I will cook him some bomb ass dinner and give him beer.
Well, but even
little
then,
handy J too.
Even then, I don't even care. Like, it's weird because I know that when someone asks me, I don't care. Sure, I'll help. I'll gladly help anybody do anything they need. It doesn't inconvenience me in the slightest. But asking somebody else to help me, I'm like, no, that's a huge inconvenience to them. I don't want to do that to them. That's not nice.
Yeah.
Very skewed perception.
Yeah, perspective.
One of those.
Yeah.
You and me are one and the same, Jeremy. I'm the same way. I'll do shit if I can. I'll do it all by myself. And
absolutely, man. Even and this is definitely a habit I need to get out of because it's not a good habit. I was pulling a bunch of wire in this place we're going through, and it's weird because you can sometimes set up the wire pulls where they'll go in fairly smoothly, so you just need one person on the other end pulling on it. But even then, you should have someone on the feeding end just to make sure you're not skinning the wires you're pulling it into the pipe, or it's not getting caught up into bunches or whatever. So what I'll do sometimes when I don't want to interact with any of the other workers is I'll pull just enough slack, and then I'll run to the other end of the pull, and I'll pull those 4 feet through, and then I'll run back to the other end and pull enough slack through, and then run back to the other end. And then, and I've been getting better at it where I'll actually be like, hey man, can you just feed through this end real quick? And every single guy is like, yeah, no problem, dude. And they just feed through it. And when they ask me, I'm like, yeah, no problem, dude. But just something about while I'm in it. Yeah, right?
Yeah, at work I'll ask people for help at work. Unless like I do try to do as much as I can by myself. But if I do have to ask for somebody's help, I will. But it's kind of one of those things like I also don't like I work well with others. I just don't like having to tell because a lot of times it's like with something that I don't feel like I should have to give them instruction on, but a lot of times I do have to give people instruction on what to help me with, and I'm like, it's like first grade shit, man. Come on, I shouldn't have to like tell you what to do, and they'll just be standing there waiting for me to tell them what to do next, and I'm like, just do the thing.
It's first grade, SpongeBob.
Like, just help me, like.
Right, like I don't know why it bothers me, because
I don't want people fucking up what I'm doing either. Like I just want to do it myself so I know it's done right.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Just everyone in the world needs to get better at what we're doing.
Well, like especially when it comes to working on my own vehicles, I just like doing it myself because like having people help is kind of annoying sometimes, unless it's like people I trust. But even then sometimes they'll fuck something up, and you're just like, I'm more mad whenever somebody else fucks something up than whenever I do.
Oh, I'm the exact opposite.
No, I'm just like, God damn it, because usually it's like something I know I wouldn't have messed up because I'm very cautious and very like exact about things, and a lot of people that help me with cars are not. Yeah. So it's one of those things that I'm just like, ooh, like whenever whenever I was trying to change out the catalytic converters on the Jeep, I was doing it at Sam's place, his old place he used to have in McKinney, and he had a lift and shit, so I left it there because we couldn't get the new one to fit, or we couldn't get the old one off or something. And whenever I came back, he had taken a Sawzall and just cut my old catalytic converters off, and the new ones didn't fit. So as I'm sure you could tell, I was pretty irritated. I was like,
oh yeah, super fucking irked.
Like, why did you cut them off? God damn it! Which I mean, it's not a big deal now because we got it fixed, but I did have to get it towed and then have an exhaust shop like cut the new cats and like put them on. It is a deal, dude. It just it was one of those things that I was like, all right, Gotta make sure. I did tell him, though, I was like, hey, man, in the future, anytime you want to do something like that, just like give me a quick call and check in with me or something. But
Yep.
I mean, it's been a long time since that's happened. That's just an example.
Yeah, I don't know. I always have a perception that other people are better at stuff than I am. You know, mental health, just all that jazz, whatever. But so anytime I am doing something, if someone else offers to do it, I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. And then they'll just absolutely fuck it up, and I'm like, I probably would have too. It's fine.
Nah, dude, I'm the opposite. I think I'm better than everybody at everything.
Shame.
to be honest, I mean, usually I'm like, I think I'll do a better job, unless it's like something I've never done before. But
Jeremy says shame, I say same.
me and Brandon are both
Same
just
shame.
like confident as fuck in our own abilities to just do
Oh
things.
yeah. It's like, get the fuck out of here. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't need your help.
Yeah. Because I've been burned too many times by asking people to do shit for me. Like anytime I ask, like I pay for something to get done for me, or like somebody tries to do something for me, whether it be work or outside of work, it's like almost every time they don't do it right, or they don't do it the way I want it to be done, and I'm just like, now I gotta redo this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I don't want to offend anybody. You know, I'm a little millennial snowflake. I can't hurt people's feelings.
See, I wiggle around hurting their feelings. I'm just like, no, I got it. I'm good. Thanks for the offer, but I got this. Or it's like, no, I'd rather do it myself, just because it's like something important.
Different methods of
like,
avoiding help.
Fuck you. I'm doing it because I know how to do it better.
Exactly.
Oh, how the hell do we all get along?
I don't know. Well, I think I do know why. Because I'm better than you guys. No, it's because I think it's because
offended me.
I'm sorry. No, but I think it's because we can have level-headed, for the most part, level-headed, logical conversations. Like even if we completely disagree on something, instead of us just screaming at each other, we can go, all right, well, like, I get where you're coming from. You're wrong, but I can understand it from your point of view.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. Because we're all fairly level-headed, and I mean, shit. I think a big part of it, though, is we all have the same sense of humor. So we can all just talk shit to each other, laugh about it, and not get mad at each other.
Right, yeah.
Well, I think a lot of it's like, Jeremy is more of a debater. And like, I can understand that aspect.
Jeremy's a masturbator.
Brandon will sit there and argue until he turns blue in the face, and I know when to give up. Like, I give up pretty quick. I'm just like, okay, I know when I'm not gonna like get a point across, or when we can just agree to disagree. So I know when to just okay, whatever.
All right, fuck you.
So I think it works all really pretty well between the three of us.
Just have a weird set of personalities that somehow mash together.
Yeah, like you wouldn't think looking from the outside in that it would work very well, but I mean, hey, it works out pretty damn well. You'd be surprised if you can just like figure each other out how to navigate. I think
just really learn how to push each other's buttons. Like
I can push some buttons.
We were to like say one of us needed to advance something for our technology that we have. And
if only there was some way to make our technology better
or more advanced, some would say.
Hope y'all can feel my seething.
The best part is I can. Like, I definitely could just picture you like sitting stone-faced at your desk, just like.
I was doing the whole like lick the back of the teeth thing.
Yeah.
It's like the.
Oh,
I want to punch him in the shoulder.
None of us take it too far either, I think.
Yeah, we all know when to fucking.
Fuck off.
When to stop pressing.
Yeah.
And again, I think that just goes back.
Too seriously.
Yeah, I think that just goes back to being open to other sides of an argument. Like the when arguments spin out of control is when both sides don't actually want to argue. They just want to tell you how their side is right.
Yep.
Right. It was kind of like
Yep.
how this podcast was like towards the, within the first hour we were talking about the censorship thing. Like it was, starting to get pretty heated, but then it just kind of, fizzles out because none of us really care enough to, drive the point home exactly what we're trying to say. We're just like, it's just a discussion. I mean, we're not trying to hurt feelings,
Just some food
And I'm
for
not,
thought.
well, I'm not going to get my feelings hurt either by your like a different perspective, Like
I mean, you
it's just-
should.
Yeah, we're not
I am hurt.
snowflakes.
A little
Well,
bit.
so to kind of wrap it all together, though, with censorship and getting upset about things, is I think it's very difficult now to propaganda your people into doing stuff, right? So, like, with the whole Russia situation, they are hardcore about propaganda, saying they're the best country ever, every other country sucks, and we need to defend ourselves. But even their people, in the middle of all this propaganda, are going, actually, I don't know if that's 100% true.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just harder in general to, for the most part, it still happens, but to make people just flat out despise each other.
Well, I think that's with social media too, right? Like social media was supposed to be something that was kind of a addictive, like money making thing, right? It was supposed to get you hooked so they can make money off ads and shit, but now it's turned into a collective of society worldwide because on TikTok, I mean, I see TikToks from every ethnicity of every country from all over the place. I mean, it's a wide variety of perspectives, so you're not just getting what the mainstream media will just, blast at you.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that's like they see they see what their news is telling them and what they're seeing, and then they see what the rest of the world is seeing as well, kind of thing, which I think is a really good thing. That's why I'm really against censorship, because it's kind of one of those things that like it does that. It silences voices that perhaps shouldn't have been silenced at the time.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. And I also think, like, a lot of people, especially some of the older people, have a big, they just don't like social media. And they think everyone in the world is stupid because they saw someone on Facebook saying how plants used to be able to fly, but because of emissions from microwaves, they can't anymore. And so there's like, the human race is stupid. Like, no, it's just that now that everyone has a platform to speak on, you can actually now hear all the stupid people, whereas before you could just ignore all the stupid people.
Yeah.
They were always there. The one constancy in humanity is stupidity. Boom.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm an idiot, dude. There's a lot of stuff I'm dumb about.
Oh, same.
So I mean, I don't think I'm the dumbest person in the world, so I'm very sure that there are a lot of people dumber than any of us. We're not that smart.
Speak for
It's
yourself,
kind of one of
Art.
those
I'm
things you just
very highly intelligent. My mom told me.
Jeremy's got the biggest brain.
So big. Very flat
Nah, dude.
and smooth, but big.
This comes back to that text combo. I think it was in the group chat, dude. I said it's hard to get through 2 inches of skull whenever you only got 1 inch of brain.
That is my favorite sentence you have ever said.
Oh,
Dude, that
man.
shit had me rolling.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Right. It's just little things
man.
like that I'm like, yeah, this is good times.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's all about fun here,
Oh yeah.
We may get heated on
for
some
sure.
subjects sometimes, but I mean, we're all here for a good time in the end. That's why I think we've, at some point in every single one of the podcasts so far, we've had light parts and then heavy parts, and then some podcasts are just dumb all the way through.
Yeah,
But
it's just us screaming about cheese or something,
Well, yeah, I was gonna say this episode started out with cheese and then moved to the political ideology of censorship, and then on to just bullshit.
I know. I will say, man, that's one of my favorite parts of talking with you guys is just that y'all will take something and just fucking go with it. Like, I said the cheese thing is a one-off joke, not expecting any feedback, but instead we, like, went off on something in it.
Well, because that's what this whole thing's about, right? Like,
yes, sir.
this is here so we can bullshit.
Yeah.
We're not trying to prove a point. Our point is to be pointless. So
Well, the point is there is no point.
Yeah, if you can't just bring some off the wall shit up and us go on it for 10 minutes or whatever, why not? Like, why couldn't we do that? Why shouldn't we do that?
Fair enough. Our boys,
It's important. People don't take things too seriously. That is the life lesson from today's podcast. If you want to take anything
the best
away,
life lesson ever.
take everything with a grain of salt.
Yep. All right. Well, with that, we've about hit our time. So unless you guys have anything else y'all wanted to get in real quick, I think we're gonna call it here.
Yeah, I have one thing.
All right, go for it. I agree. I concur.
What?
You didn't hear what I said?
You wouldn't.
No.
Get it,
Too bad. You have to catch it on the next episode.
How dare you?
Ah,
Not
shit.
paying attention. Not keeping up with the times.
Damn.
All right. Well, like always, guys, I hope everyone has a great week this week. You can catch our podcast on everything. It's everywhere now. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, which fuck them. Google Podcasts, RSS, everywhere. You can also catch us on Twitter. Hopefully we'll find something else to post besides just when videos are going live. But if not, at least you'll know when the videos are going live. But until then...
We said we were going to tweet something. I don't remember what it was at this point,
was a
but we
quote.
were going to tweet something.
It was some quote you said. I don't know. We'll find it.
We need to tweet some quotes, dude. We need to tweet Jeremy's quote that he said this last time, and then we need to quote. It's hard to get through 2 inches of skull when you only got 1 inch of brain.
Absolutely, that's a golden tweet.
We gotta tweet some quotes, dudes.
Yeah.
Right, well, fuck yeah, we'll get them started. But until then, everybody, peace out. Have a great time. Goodbye.
Adios.
Bye.